Pimpin' ain't easy, but it sure is fun. What's good, everybody? Welcome to another installment of Pimp Your Rice. Today we got a simple recipe. It's called Arroz Con Pollo. For those that don't speak Spanish, that's chicken and rice. All you're gonna need is some leftover brown rice or some freshly made brown rice, it doesn't matter. Some mixed vegetables, some green onions, 2 tomatoes, some cilantro. Now the cilantro is optional. I just love cilantro. And of course the chicken. I'm going with chicken thighs, but this works just as good with chicken breast. Now what you're going to do is you're going to boil the chicken. I know you still see that I have the skin and the fat on it, but as soon as it's done boiling, I'm going to take everything off. I find it to be easier that way. I rewash it and I take all the skin, all the fat off. Now you're going to boil for about an hour. And while the chicken is boiling, you could chop up the tomatoes and the green onions and put them aside from the cilantro. You also want to separate the vegetables, the frozen vegetables, and just separate everything. Alright, and you should have a long time to do whatever it is you have to do while the chicken is boiling. The chopping up should only take you 2-3 minutes at most. Now, like I said, I remove all the skin, all the fat off the chicken, and right now you want to make sure it cools down before you start to take it apart, because you will burn your fucking hands. Alright, so after the chicken is cooled down, you take all the meat off the bones, as you see I've done right there, and of course throw the bones out or do whatever you do with them, give them to the dog, whatever. Up next, you want to get some olive oil, put them in a skillet, and you want to saute the tomatoes and the green onions. Use some salt, sea salt, you know, that's my salt of preference. And you saute them for about 5 minutes. Alright, now, make sure you stir, of course. After 5 minutes, it should look something like this. And at this point, you want to add in the frozen vegetables. Alright, and you also are going to want to add the chicken. And right here you're going to use another seasoning. This could be a seasoning of your choice. I prefer to go with that adobo. You know, I'm straight Spanish over here, that Goya. You know, shout out to Keep Believing Fitness. I know he fuck with the Goya hard body. So yeah, just re-season it because you want a good flavor for the chicken. I don't use no seasoning on my brown rice, so all the flavor is going to come from this mixture. Alright, you could use garlic powder, whatever it is that you prefer, or go get yourself some adobo. Just stir everything up nice, make sure everything is spread out, and you want to cover it. Keep it covered for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, this is what it's going to look like. Don't worry if there's excess water. That's a good thing, because when you mix it with the rice will absorb everything. Alright, make sure the rice is, you know, kind of warm when you do this, because after you stir it up some, you want to cover it for about 5 minutes and just let everything fuse together as one. Make sure you stir, you know, make sure you spread everything out nice and even. Alright, and like I said, just cover it up and you're good to go. That's it. As you see, I got my bowl ready to go, and I have another bowl waiting for me later for that Notre Dame Alabama game. That's it. Sprinkle some cilantro on top. That shit gives it an extra flavor. Thanks for watching. Y'all hold it down.